September 25th, 2005 regular board. Please.
Great, it is 7:01. Commissioner Kobe,
Here.
Commissioner Reitman,
Here.
Commissioner Guzman, here, and Commissioner Hazen is absent.
8 through G. Okay, entertain a motion. The consent agenda items as presented.
Motion to approve? Oh, so moved. Sorry. Second.
Call please, Lisa.
Okay. Commissioner Kobe,
Yes.
Commissioner Reitman,
Yes.
Commissioner Guzman.
Yes.
Matters from
Thank you.
our practice to not to address a comment. Heisman, any person would like to make. I imagine you are here for.
That's Ashley.
We do have.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, so the
Perfect.
next one is our financial report.
Yeah, so 6 months of the fiscal year are complete. The report is available in the board packet. John, will you please share a synopsis of the report and answer questions?
Sure. Thank you, Commissioner Covey. So starting with rec programming, just this month, I want to point out that our top line revenue is up about 15%. That's driven primarily by some of the programs that we discussed at our July projections presentation. So those are Kids Club, Sun Fun, Game On, School Days Off. Again, our rec programming has been knocking it out of the park. Our rec team has been doing a fantastic job. Covered a few of the other departments in detail at that projection meeting, so I didn't want to get into each one in detail. I know we have a busy agenda tonight, but one other thing I wanted to focus on is the fitness center, as it usually doesn't get a lot of love, but if you see where we're at this month, year to date, it's almost double our bottom line. We're looking at a little less than 16,000 compared to 7,300 in the prior year over year in 2024. So some things that have kind of contributed to that growth is growth within the personal training realm. Revenue from the personal training is really up last year, and that's really due to the partnership with the gym guys. And I think we're expecting a little dip there as the franchise owner bought back to corporate, I believe. So besides the personal training growth, we have membership flexibility. So month-to-month memberships have attracted more members overall. So we've seen an increase in over 40 members year over year. And then daily users have been utilizing the fitness center. Those have increased, adding steady extra income. So we've already met budget on our revenue halfway through the year. So some good things in the fitness center, certainly being used by the community. And again, the rec team doing a great job with that too. Just want to point out the bottom two departments here now on the financial report. So the rec admin / take-if department and the corporate admin departments. So you'll see significant variances in both of those departments when comparing 2024 to 2025. So the rec admin department is about 800,000 behind last year's net number. And this is mainly due to the delay in the second installment of property taxes. So that accounts for about $550,000 of that shortfall. And then the remaining difference of $250,000 is due to the scheduled budgeted increase that we had in the Fund 69 transfer. It was 1.2 million last year, 1,450,000 this year. You'll see the corporate the admin department, the one all the way at the bottom. That number's even bigger. So it's about 1,350,000 behind where we were last year. Once again, that's due to the second installment of property taxes to the tune in that fund of about 1,150,000. And then the remaining difference of 200,000 again is due to the budgeted increase in the Fund 69 transfer, going from 800,000 to 1 million in fiscal 25. That I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, John.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. The fitness, the classes that you have as well, like the bar, the beach, some of those things, those roll up into the fitness center as well, right?
They're under general,
They're general.
program revenue, yeah. We keep the fitness centers as separate.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if there was a elevation in some of those.
Some of the extended hours have helped on Saturdays and Sundays too.
Oh, well, that's good.
That is good.
Yes.
And we're seeing use, so
we
that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Extended hours, so.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you. Nate Van Allen, our Special Events and Community Engagement Manager, will provide a summary presentation of the district's annual special events. And we have one coming up, I believe, too, right?
So, as the board may have realized by now, monthly, we're going to do a different, focus on a different area in the Rec and Facilities Department and give a report on that. Just kind of give you a background, educate, and talk about those different, program areas and facilities. So,
All right, good evening. My name is Nate Van Allen. I'm the Special Event and Community Engagement Manager for the Glencoe Park District. A little bit about myself is I joined the Park District in 2001. I'm married with two boys that are very active in the Glencoe Park District, as many of you know. I have a bachelor's in communications and I have a master's degree from the University of Illinois in recreation, sport, and tourism. I've worked in large scale special events for almost 20 years now. And I have a deep background in concerts, food, wine, beverage, and nonprofit fundraisers. Some of the things I worked on before I came to the Glencoe Park District, if you're familiar with the Chris Kindle Market, Ride Fest, North Coast Wicker Park Fest, Do Division, Check Please, Hot Dogs, a bunch of stuff in Southwest Michigan as well, which is a great area, Empty Bottle Presents, and more. So the Glencoe Park District's mission is to enrich lives, foster well-being, build community, and create memorable experiences through exceptional parks, programs, and facilities. The Glencoe Park District will host about 60 special events this year in 2025, with something for participants of all ages. Our events are innovative and they offer everything from a children's Power Wheel race with the Glencoe .500 to unique events like Beer on the Pier, like we just had a few weeks ago. We have events that are health and well-being focused, like the Fire and Ice that we have, where we bring a sauna to the beach. That's very unique. We have that usually every year in March, so it's a wood-fired sauna. And our events, we see them, first impressions matter, and our events act as a positive point of interaction between us and the public, oftentimes for the first time. We see it as our first handshake with the community. It's an invitation to the community to participate in the park district, not just in our special events, but in our other programs. And we think our special events create those memorable experiences for people. We do a number of large community events throughout the year. Our events are a loss leader, so a lot of them are subsidized. Some of these events are fully subsidized and some are free in the community, such as our spring egg hunt, as you see here. Our July 3rd fireworks, and our Tots and Tunes, which are fully subsidized as well. Other events, we try to keep the costs low, about the price of a movie ticket. We think we're very, very low in our costs, especially for our residents, and offer great value. Some of our big signature events every year, as you may know, are July 3rd, our Party in the Park, where it's a free event paid for by the taxes in Glencoe. This year we had over 5,000 attendees. We have bands, beverages, and we think one of the best fireworks shows around. The next day, we have some more free events with our fun run. We have early childhood games, and then we also participate in the parade with this really cool float. Some of you know, you were there. We also have the Great Mud Run, which is coming up. Very unique and a very nice looking event. Last year, we had over 500 participants in the Mud Run. We also have Boo Bash, which we kind of turn this entire building into this big Halloween extravaganza. We have black lights. Unfortunately, we won't have the hayride this year because of the construction, but we'll have DJs, costumes, trick-or-treating, all that fun stuff. We think we have very unique events. So while we keep the traditions going with July 3rd and our spring egg hunt, we try to keep innovating. with our Glencoe .500, which is our Power Wheels race for kids. We started a new series of events we're calling Chasa. So we have Chase a Panda, we had the Turkey Chase, and we had the Chase a Goat. So what those are is those are designed to have little kids kind of demystify running and get them into being athletic. So as you see, there's Bobby in a turkey costume, and there's Adam in a goat costume, and tons of kids are chasing them around. So, they go for about a course of a mile. We make it a 1K race, but we want to use those innovative thoughts to kind of get them engaged. In our comprehensive master plan, the community survey told us that people wanted more adult events in the community. So we've been responding. We set that goal and we've been delivering on those. We've expanded our adult events. So we have wine tastings. We had Beyond Bubbles this last year in this room. It's a champagne tasting, a champagne and other sparkling tasting. We've been doing nature walks, other culinary events such as the trellis table, which is down at the beach, which is 5 courses paired with wine, a really nice dinner, something very unique in a beautiful setting. We did an adult movie night recently where we showed Mamma Mia, which was PG-13. We'll call that adult movie night. And it had a huge turnout. People really responded. We're doing some adult bingo in December that we thought would be fun. And then tomorrow we're doing our very first wine walk. We're partnering with the Glencoe Historical Society to have little stations along the way and talk about different things in Glencoe and our parks, because we have the nice contiguous park system from Ravine Bluffs all the way to Caulk. We try to reduce barriers to entry as well. I'm a big believer in that. So on top of our free community events, we have online registration. We all know that, but we also do on-site registration for people. So if last minute and you happen to get a babysitter, you're still welcome to come if we have tickets available. We also do have scholarship opportunities for people. So those people want to participate fully, there's no barriers there. And then again, we're keeping our event costs low and competitive, especially for the residents. And again, like around the price of a movie ticket. And we think our events are a better value than just going to the movies. Other big area of focus that I'm focused on is our community engagement. So we believe in building stronger communities through the local collaborations. Here you see we had Unplugged Day, something a lot of park districts participate in Illinois in July. So the whole idea is to unplug from devices and get out. So had the idea to partner with Family Services of Glencoe and a local representative from Screen Sanity, which advocates for getting kids off screen. So we put up a big climbing wall at the lake, no screens, and they were able to engage the community. I liaise with our different community partners that are approved by Lisa and the Park District, and we work with a very diverse group. Our movie night that we just had the other night, Sandlot, which was probably our biggest ever. I thought Mamma Mia was big. I think Sandlot got bigger. It was huge. It was really great. And we partnered with GBSA and the PTO, along with the village and the library, who helped pay for the rights to those movies and help take on the cost with us. So I'm very active in community engagement. These are just some of the people we work with actively. So we work with the PTO District 35, Family Services, New Trier Transitions, and SSRA, Glencoe Historical Society, Friends of the Green Bay Trail, Writers Theater, Village of Glencoe, Winnetka, Northfield, Glencoe, Chamber of Commerce, Peer Services, Sustainability Task Force, Glencoe Youth Services, Glencoe Junior High School Project, and again, the Baseball Softball Association. So we also do a neat project where Aaron and I work together to deliver welcome kits to new residents. And we have participants from NSSRA and participants from New Trier Transitions to help us. NSSRA packs the bags for us, and Transitions actually goes to the home and delivers those for us. And we incorporate them into our events too. There's a new one we just did, and we partnered with Writers Theater to get out into some of the parks that are being less utilized than other ones. So we wanted to really use Women's Library Park. So we partnered with the Writers Theater to bring campfire stories and showing some stars up there. We had s'mores, lit up the whole thing. It was really cool. And there was a children's theater group that came out and sang songs and did stories with the kids. We thought it was very successful, and we want to continue those type of partnerships. And hopefully that gives you a nice overview of what I do with special events and community engagement. Thank you.
So thank you, Nate. So Nate was a great addition to our team. we've always believed in special events, that brings people into the park district if they haven't experienced the park district before. So it gives them a first look, and then that brings them into our program. So, but one of the nice things when we added community engagement to that title, that was purposeful because we wanted one point of contact for all of our community groups. We've always worked with a lot of community groups, and it was kind of disjointed. Okay, you get this one, you get this one. So now Nate is the contact person that they contact first about many different ideas. And so it's a great way, and the community knows that now, and they know to contact him. So it's been a great collaboration. And then he brings it back to the team and says, okay, this is what they want to work on. What do you think? And we make sure whatever we're co-sponsoring with these organizations meet our mission too. So they have to meet our mission. So that's been a really great point of contact. He's a great representative. He goes to the chamber meetings. He goes to a lot of these meetings, gets to know the community. So he's been a great addition. And special events are dear to my heart. That's where I started with special events. So poor Nate gets to hear about that a lot because I love him so much. So he's done a great job. So kudos to him. So anybody have any questions for Nate?
I have a comment and question. So comment first, congrats, because I have received very positive feedback. I don't know who I shared with that, just in passing, Chief of Public Safety spoke very highly about the events
Oh, great.
and the 4th of July event in particular. And his exact words was, we could add another beer tent if you'd like. Shameless plug for the chief's request. But congratulations. I think that is really great. And to get feedback like that from the community leaders, I think is very positive.
I appreciate it. They've been very collaborative
Yeah.
and working with us and very communicative with us as well. So
The also nice thing about our special events is that Nate's a team leader,
Yeah.
but it takes a village. And so it takes all the park district staff. So all full-time staff are required to work 3 of the major special events a year. So, Mud Run, they're out there, July 3rd or 4th, they're out there. I think Spring Egg Hunt is
Blue
another
Bash.
big one.
Bash.
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 So
Yeah.
he's a team leader and organizes the madness, but the team really comes together. And I think that's why we all came into Park and Rec because we love that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun, but it does take a village to make all these things happen. And so you'll see full and part-time staff throughout all of our special events working and stuff like that. So that we save a lot of money by doing that also.
A couple comments. One, there was no credit to your new running club. I think that's done really
That's
well.
that's adult programming.
That's
so-
adult programming. That's not a special event.
It's technically underneath a different
Okay.
manager.
It's also free, so I figured it was
Yeah, that's adult programming. But
community
yes,
engagement.
yeah.
But yeah, I think to echo what they all say, it is really important that we maintain this. I know last time as a board, we were looking at what we subsidize and what we charge for. And I think it's very smart that we continue with this because this is people's first foray. We should think about, and I know Aaron does a great job, how we market this out as well. But a quick question, how are the adult classes, how's the not adult classes, how are the adult events, how's the participation? The community said they wanted it, you guys have delivered it.
Yeah.
Have the adults, these things ramp up, so I get that,
Sure.
but curious what your thoughts are.
yeah, they're showing up, and we have a ceiling of how many people that these are going to be at these adult events. Kids events are going to be hundreds of people.
Yep.
Adult events we know are going to be smaller, but the numbers have been consistent. When we started really pushing towards it earlier in the year, we had caps on them. So we made them very smart and small, and intimate with people, so we can interact with them. So we were selling out all of our wine things. So they've been around 75 to 100
Oh, wow.
people. So it's been really good. Beer on the pier was really strong numbers this year. We have the wine walk tomorrow. And I think we're sitting around the 60 mark in there, and we will have some walk-ups as well. So it's been strong. The numbers have been consistent in those. So that's
Good.
Yeah, it's been encouraging.
I'm glad the community is answering.
Oh, I was going to say, one of my counts is going to be my parents live in Glencoe. They are loving these. I don't think that they were the people who were clamoring for them, like saying, hey, we need more special events. They're going to the event tomorrow.
Right.
I thought it was up their alley. So I forwarded to them like maybe a few weeks ago and they're like, already signed up, already going. So I know that my parents are really loving the events you put on this year for the adults.
Well, thank you. And
Yeah.
anecdotally, one thing I've noticed at a lot of these adult events is people are staying longer than the event it is, which we'll accommodate for, which is fine. I'm actually writing the liquor permits longer than the event, just for the, yeah, just in case. But it's nice to see that type of engagement, and especially when we have things like the Trellis Table, which is an adult event. We had some people tell me that, we've been neighbors for years and we haven't met, but now we're going out to dinner, regularly now.
Nice.
So those type of things I love to hear. And when people have sent in their feedback, I've been making sure to share that, and so we can document that as well.
Yeah, that's a, part of these events is the social, emotional wellness of individuals. And that's what it's bringing people out of the house, especially after the pandemic, and getting to know their community members, which Glencoe has always been, especially for our family events. I've been to communities 5 times larger than this, and we have more people in Glencoe to come to our special events and communities of 30, 40, 50,000. It's just a testament to the people in Glencoe. They want to meet their neighbors. They want to be part of the community. And so by doing some more of these adult ones for those that are empty nesters or maybe haven't had kids yet, we're breaking down those barriers, which is great. So he's taken, we gave him that mission and he's taken it to heart, and he's really good at those with his past experience. So
Perfect.
anything
Okay.
else? All right. Thank you,
No,
Nate.
thank you, Nate. 2025 goal progress update. As we are halfway through the fiscal year, Lisa will provide an update on the staff's annual goal progress and answer any questions.
Excellent. In the 2024 to 2023 or 33 comprehensive master plan, it was determined there's 5 priorities that emerged through the process. So those were engaged community, preserved and well-maintained parks and facilities, program effectiveness, financial sustainability and transparency, and a dynamic and inclusive workplace. Through those 5, I guess, pillars or, pillars, I
Pillars.
guess. We then, as a board at the time and as community, as we had our community focus groups, developed goals in our community survey, developed goals for those. And then the team put together priorities, which were short, medium, and long term. So the goals in front of you today were to decide those are the short terms that we're going to tackle this year and next year. And so we give a 6-month update how we're doing on those goals, just to let the board know where we're standing. And in probably a couple months, we're going to be developing the goals for next year. So we'll bring you back into that process to, again, look at what our strategic initiatives were and what was highlighted and develop goals based on that. And then we then budget money to go towards those. So I'm not going to go through each one, but you can see how well we're doing, which is tremendously well. There are a lot of them are in progress or completed already. And we look forward to finishing these probably by the end of the fiscal year. So is there any questions?
There been anything that's, as you're working towards these goals, that you and the team have learned that where you would modify the goal or think of other goals?
Yeah. These are like, the goals are living, breathing document. They do change based on what's happening in the community, or we add, or we take away, or like, oh, this isn't going to work. Is there anything that comes out of mind really quick?
I mean, I know personally, I think when we went through the exercise of the goals for this year, we're coming up to your point of things that we're seeing that fit
Yeah.
under one of the larger goals. And then we have the action items that we discussed that are those, like for safety security, then we'll then say, oh, these specific doors or these specific cameras are ways to improve our security. So I think we're constantly developing more refined goals under those
Yeah.
larger goals.
So it's more of like we have broader goals and then we find little smaller goals under it to complete those. Yeah. Anything else, Bobby, Aaron, John? No? Yeah.
Thank
There's a
you.
lot of them, so.
There's-
Yeah.
That's a lot. I'll say I was actually a little bit surprised. I think you guys, on some of them, that I was mostly focused on what you haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Because I was curious to know what those are, but I actually think you probably aren't giving yourself credit. I do think you do program lifecycle analysis for different youth, teen, adult programs. And as we just saw from Nate, look, Glencoe is aging.
Right.
We're well aware of that. And so whether or not you've actually checked a box, an actual box, I think you've done this by, you have the Boo Bash. I don't know if you still have Messy
Yeah.
messy mornings.
It may be evolving in the
Yeah.
future, but we did it a lot this year.
But like, whether or not you have a formal life cycle analysis, you do these things, the
Yeah.
boo bash,
Mm.
then messy school. Okay, now we got the school. Let's get the mud run. Okay, now we've got the mud run. Let's have open gym for the teens. Okay, we've got that. Now we've got young adults. Let's do pottery. Okay, now we've got let's do, like, I think you guys probably
Yeah.
are further along than you think.
We are, what that goal is, it's more of looking at some of our standard programs and really looking at, because every program has a shelf life, right?
Yeah.
It runs its course. So we want to make sure that we exit that area and replace it with something new before it
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally dies off. So it's more,
Yeah, and
Exactly.
we also want to look at the portfolio of programs. We want to identify in the different stages how much of a percentage, so we don't have all of our programs coming to an end together. So we want to make sure we've got new stuff coming in to replace. You'll actually see a survey is going to go out to the community in the next couple of weeks for adults programming and special events too, to gauge interests. Because not only do we want to see what are they interested in, it's what time do they want to do programs at,
Yeah.
and the reasons why they want to do programs. Because people tell us all the time, and then we run something and it might run. So we need to get a better understanding of what
Right.
time they want to do them at and
Mhm.
what kind of events they're looking at.
Yeah.
So you'll
Can't
see
the
that.
boo bash the day of Halloween because of the downtown.
right, there's
Right.
certain, or it's like adults that for years, we always hear more adult programs and we do them and then they kind of flop. So we need to dig deeper
Yeah.
of what people want. Then on a survey, I want adult programs.
Yeah.
What does that exactly mean to people? So that's what we're
Yeah,
doing.
and just one more thing that Nate does really well is there's a district-wide calendar that includes everything for the whole district, the school district, the village. So we're constantly coordinating with multiple municipalities, multiple different organizations. For example, the school districts has an event on Saturday. We're very careful not to run an event that goes up against them and competes with them. We collaborate with them if possible, but we don't want to be putting the mud run on the same day that they're doing an event and pulling from that. We're very careful with resources in the community.
Yeah, Nate's really good. Like say if someone's doing, oh, I saw we're doing a PTA pickleball tournament. So we're providing our facility, they're using it as a fundraiser. So those are the kind of thing, oh, we were thinking about doing a pickleball tournament. Oh, well, let's let them do it as a fundraiser. So those kind of collaborations, we look at how we're doing them when we're doing them. Yeah, so the program lifestyles, just, some programs go at the end of their useful life and
Got it.
yeah, so,
We offered rifle.
I'm sorry, what?
We used to offer rifles classes in the
Yeah, we used
50s.
to, way back in the day. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Like what
Rif-
clay
like
shooting?
shooting a rifle.
Yeah.
Not during
Thought I
my
left
time.
Texas.
I don't know where that
We have
was,
some
but
historical
that
photos
was
of
before
it.
me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. And also to add on to Nate's thing as well, for the new board members, it's not just for the staff. If you want to volunteer, Nate has plenty of costumes for the Boo Bash.
Yeah.
He will put you to work
Encourage it.
selling things at July 4th, and obviously you can go on the floats as well, but
Yeah.
you can get dunked too. I've been dunked before, so you,
Do it,
yeah, it's fun. My kids had a great time.
Why?
But yeah,
That
you
was
should,
mud
if you're interested,
I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
We reach out to Lisa? for-
Yep,
okay.
yeah, yep, we can let you know. Yeah, but if you want to dress up for Boo Bash, the 24th, I believe. But it's the day.
it's good.
It's
Okay,
also
well,
fun.
thank you for the goal progress. Let's move on to the executive director report. The report is available in the board packet. Lisa will share a summary of the report and answer any questions.
Great. So we had a great time at NRPA, had excellent sessions, great networking. Unfortunately, we didn't get the gold, but we're still very proud of being a finalist. I'm not going to go too much in that because the academy is actually going to bring a representative to a future board meeting to present the finalist plaque to the board and explain a little bit more. So that's exciting. We'll see that probably in October or November. But it's, believe me, when I was talking to the other people in our category, it really is just like Oscar. It's just special to even be a finalist, and we all know it takes time. So administratively, we're starting the budget process. The team is already in there. It's a very long, detailed process that will be involving the board as we progress on that. Anything you want to add for Perderma with the?
No, we just had the Health Program Council meeting. As a reminder, we re-upped our agreement. The board approved re-upping our agreement with Paderma in July of 23. 3, which locked us in with Paderma Health for 24, 25, and 26. So we're working through that now for the 2026 calendar year, and then certainly we'll be discussing options thereafter in this upcoming summer. We've certainly been happy with Paderma Health. There's about 90 park districts within the overall umbrella of Paderma Health, and they do a great job, very stable, long-term type approach. So we're happy with that. The only other thing I wanted to plug, which is I think been a great thing for staff, kind of aligning with the is in one of the goals, was transitioning our leave management from little paper sheets that were floating around all the different departments to a digitized process, which has been very well received. We've rolled that out now to all of our departments, so that's been a nice win from an operational perspective for the team.
Absolutely. They look way to be more efficient and effective. So we really appreciate. So as summer was winding down, and we'll do a more detailed, so you're aware, day camp report in October and a beach report in November. We'll talk in more detail as those wind up, but winding down summer, even though this weekend's supposed to be 80, kind of feels like summer, and into fall programs. So I'm going to throw over to Bobby, just give a brief synopsis of what's happening.
Yeah, very good start to fall. Our school day off programs have exploded. If you saw in the report, obviously there's a need in the community for care on days off. So we've seen those since we made the investment at Weinberg. They've tripled basically in the last number of years. Enrichments have been staying pretty steady. You can definitely tell that the kids club and the school days off, those need-based programs are a high priority, and then we're kind of steady on the kind of more like enrichments they're more like optional for people. People need the care with both parents generally working. So we're getting ready for the ice rink season too, so we're prepping for that, and we're already planning for camp next year. We're working on camp plans.
And usually with the economy, you can tell the fluctuation between need-based programs after school, days off, and enrichment. So when the economy is, they're a little scared out there, those tend to level off and the need-based ones go up. So that's why it's so important to have a very diversified portfolio, which we do for our recreation portion of it. Aaron, fall brochure, or not fall, winter brochure. And can you talk a little bit about the safety storyboards for ELC?
Oh, yeah. Our artist, Olga, has created 12 different social stories about safety issues identified from safety reports on the playground in the early childhood area. So we've ordered 12 circles of these social stories that'll be a little walk through the playground to look at. And then we also created books that they can read in the classroom with all the stories. And if they do a good job, they get a sticker.
So through our ELC early childhood advisory group, I guess, and the teachers identified that we were having some issues on the playground of how to interact on the playground. And so threw it back to staff about what it would be a fun way to try to teach children proper, I guess, etiquette and playground behavior and how to stand in line, what to do at the drinking fountain, things that you kind of take for granted, but you have to teach those little 2 or 3-year-olds.
They're all
it's really quite
custom
creative.
illustrations using the animals in our classrooms, like the polar bear and the jellyfish. The jellyfish has 10 shoes on, like shoes stay on your feet.
Yeah, and like don't go down the slide the wrong way, or don't, a dolphin is playing in the drinking fountain. That's probably not a good idea. So it's really quite cute. So Olga is one of our graphic artist and very creative, and you'll see more of her work. If you ever see our doors, all that is designed by her. We're working on, or Erin, working on mural for this whole hallway next. So we're excited that hallway out there. Not this room outside, but it's gonna be amazing. So kind of tell our story a little bit more. So
Stay tuned on that one.
stay tuned on that one. It's gonna be fun. Kelly, want to give update on, we've been very busy outside taking advantage of this very nice weather. So want to give update on parks projects?
Yeah, so we have 3 construction projects currently underway. Starting over at Shelton Park, we're about 90% complete with the pathway and tennis court project. Pathway is complete. Restoration work's done. Tennis court and fencing is completed. We're just waiting on the color coding, tentatively scheduled for next week. So hopefully we'll be opening those courts up in short order. Milton Park, construction fence should be going up Monday of next week. Contractor mobilizing shortly thereafter and getting going on that project. And hopefully everyone saw the construction fence is in place here at Takeif. Mobilization was last week. Beginning of demolition was this week with the ball diamond lights and lighting infrastructure coming down. Utility disconnects will be happening end of this week and early next week, which will allow us to then take down 3 of the 5 existing buildings as we work towards that larger construction here and later into October.
And Shelton pathways and tennis courts are almost complete, right?
Yeah, 90% complete. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, thank you. I also put some IAPD legislative news in there. There's quite a bit, but the 2 I want to really emphasize is that the threshold for competitive bidding for materials and supplies went from 30,000 to 60,000. So because it's a state law, we'll start following that immediately, but we'll come back with a policy change because right now it's at that 30. That is 30 stays for any work that's being done. So a professional, like construction workers and that still we have to bid
Just
out at
materials.
30,000, just materials.
And it was a stupid question, but do we know why the increase? Like,
Yeah, because it was really holding back progress of projects by having such a low 30,000
Mhm.
isn't a lot. So it was really holding back projects. That doesn't mean we're not going to keep on getting 3 quotes and getting comparable prices. We still do that as best practices. We just don't have to go through the very labor intensive competitive bid process. It's very labor intensive and takes a long time. So
So will we notice a difference, do you think? Like, is this going to impact in a good way, like projects having that cap? Like what,
yeah, I
like
mean,
would it have impacted, let's say, the gazebo? Is that the level
that-
of?
that's well, it's materials, so probably not. You know,
Like equipment purchases
Maybe
that might
that's
be in
what I'm
that
thinking.
30 to 60 range, we
Yeah.
wouldn't have to come for board approval. To Lisa's point, we still get competitive pricing through 3 quotes. But I think that sort of stuff will streamline purchasing
Yeah.
and then projects, but not for labor.
Fireworks bid as well would likely be covered underneath that.
Yeah,
That's right
okay.
threshold. So instead of
Yeah.
having to pay for that in the newspaper and slow down the process, we'll be able to use our regular bid process.
Apparel, things like that. So, the other one is trail signage. It gives us a little more flexibility about notifying bicyclists of hazards. So, there's some really strict things. So now it's a little more flexible on that one. So feel free to read through that. We'll always keep you up to date. If there's anytime we need the board to advocate on our behalf, believe me, I'll let you know on anything that as they start up the new legislative season. So. I think that's it. Any questions? Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So, do we have any action items, Lisa?
They were all approved under consent, so we do not.
Perfect. Are we moving to,
We can then now move to, I have no other business.
Okay.
So then we can move to executive session.
so, the board will now enter into a closed session at 7:40 PM where no action will be taken. I entertain a motion that pursuant to section 5 ILCS 120/2 of the Open Meetings Act, the board will enter into a closed session to discuss the filling of the public office vacancy by section 2.06 5 ILCS 120/2 C3. Those present during the executive session will include all commissioners.
Do you want me here also?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll include all commissioners and Lisa. I need someone to
So moved.
move it. Perfect.
Second.
Seconded by Jackie. Thank you.
Okay.
Any discussion? Okay, Lisa, please note the time and do a roll call vote.
Okay, 7:40. Commissioner Kobe,
Yes.
Commissioner Reitman,
Yes.
Commissioner Guzman.
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
Okay,
Thanks, everyone.
thank you.